Hi, we're going to take a look at how to solve rational equations. We always have to have a common denominator whenever we add or subtract. Notice that two of the terms have x minus 4, where the negative 5 does not have that yet. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply the x minus 5 by x minus 4. So I'm going to put that over 1 so you can see its denominator. Then we have to distribute the negative 5 to both of the other terms. So it'd be negative 5x plus 20 over x minus 4 minus 2x over x minus 4 is equal to negative 8 over x minus 4. I just rewrote everything else. Now, because we have a common denominator everywhere, we can drop the denominator and just solve the numerator. It simplifies the process a bit, and it makes it a little bit more friendly to work with, and solve the equation like you typically would. So combine like terms and subtract the 20 and divide by negative 7 to get 4. Now the last piece of the puzzle, which people tend to forget about, is finding the undefined values. The undefined values come from your common denominator, all the parts of your common denominator. So we would set x minus 4 equal to 0, add the 4, so your undefined value is 4, meaning x cannot equal 4. In our case, we did get the solution of 4, but the problem is if I put 4 back in for x, I get 0, and I can't divide by 0, so that means my answer is no solution. So we're coming back to no solution as being possible answers. The second example, we again have to find a common denominator. In our case would be x plus 4. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 4 to both the 2x and the x, because the middle term already has an x plus 4. So then I would get, let me rewrite that. You would get 2x squared plus 8x by distributing the 2x plus 3 is equal to x squared plus 4x. Now, you don't even have to write the denominator at this step, as long as you remember to distribute and then combine like terms of the numerator. So I'm not even going to write the x plus 4 because I already know that they're all the same. Now I can just solve for x. Because we have x squares, that means we're solving a quadratic. So here come quadratics again. So I subtract x squared on both sides, and I get 1x squared. I subtract 4x on both sides, so I get 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Remember, when you subtract everything on one side, move it over to the other side, it's 0. And whenever we solve a quadratic, we need it equal to 0 so that we can factor it. Factors of 3 that add up to 4 would be positive 3 and positive 1. So this would factor to x plus 3, x plus 1, and we set both equal to 0. Now, when you solve that, you would get x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 1. Before you say that you're done, you have to find the undefined values of your common denominator, which in our case would be x plus 4 equals 0, so x cannot equal negative 4. Well, none of our solutions came out to the same value as our undefined value, so then we keep both solutions, negative 3 and negative 1. Put your final solutions in braces so then we know what the final solution is.